Hi everyone, welcome to Miss Ali's kitchen. Okay, let me make sure everything posted okay. I wish I had a touch screen. Okay, so let's see. Oh, let's actually make it for today. Let's see. Let's actually post this right now. Da-da-da. Hi everyone, give me one moment. Tried to time this right and it didn't work. Okay, upload. I'm gonna post the link to everyone who's not here yet. Okay, post. Cool. All right, let's see what we got. Yes, so this is my kitchen, everyone. Welcome. My dog's gonna be coming in and out of here, but I just wanted to kind of let you know that today we are gonna be cooking with Miss Ali. It's inspired by Miss Burke. We are going to be making eggplant parmesan. So I'm just gonna kind of get started. I think that I'll let you know. So far, I have made some homemade tomato sauce, like marinara sauce. So it's been really good. I added some spices. I added some onion garlic. So it's really nice. What I'm gonna do now is I'll make the eggplant, this eggplant parm part. So I'm gonna cut some eggplant. I'm gonna put it in breadcrumbs and fry it in some oil. And then I'm gonna put it in the pan with some cheese. So it'll be really nice. And let's get started. So actually, the first thing I'm gonna do is preheat the oven because we're gonna bake this after. So I'm gonna bake. Let's put it for 325. Start. So the oven is being preheated and be good to go. Now I'm gonna do is just gonna put some oil in the pan here when we're ready to start. Right here. That was my mom. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I have this going here. Now we're gonna cut the eggplant and then we're gonna sear it in the pan after you put the breadcrumbs on. Let's see, so we're just gonna start cutting it. Anyone can see me. This is kind of the size that I'm cutting it over here. See my butt for a little while. Hold on. Ranger, come. Hi, Ranger. I think my dog's camera shy. He'll be here eventually. Hi, Ranger. Do you all see my dog? What you doing, Ranger? So I'm just gonna cut these up. Let's see. Not sure how many I should make. Should I cut up all? Okay. All right. I'm gonna cut these up. Okay. So I cut up the first part here. Tried to have music, but unfortunately I got banned again from YouTube with music, so no music this time. But I have 2 eggs, some eggs right here. Put them up. Just gonna wash my hands because I got a little yolk. Come on. There we go. Got some soap. Okay. Can y'all see me over here? Oh, you can't really see me. But here I am. Hello. Okay, so we're gonna give the sauce a little turn again. You know, the sauce is getting ready when it's bubbling a little bit. Got a couple bubbles here and there. It's been simmering for about 30 minutes already, which is kind of nice. Hi everyone, we're making eggplant parm in my kitchen. Hello. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get forth. Just kind of turn this up. So what I have here are some egg yolks that I just cut up here, or I just cracked open. Yeah. My mom keeps correcting me. She's like, it's egg yolks and egg whites. So it's okay. Yeah, my mom's trying to be a teacher. No, it's okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. All right. So I think let's cut up some more. I'm just going to cut up all these here just to have them prepared. I'm going to go the other way this time. Cut this. Kind of see me. Yep, Miss Allie actually cooks kind of a lot, especially since being home, having time to cook. I make a lot of curry dishes, which is really nice. Stir fry. Actually, I've made a lot of things with Beyond Meat too. Like I cook with meat, but I also cook a lot with the Beyond Meat, which is pretty fun. So I have this. I'm gonna see if I can salvage that in a second. But come on. Rah, running out of room. Okay. Can everyone see me cutting this up? Kind of not really. I'm cutting up this eggplant. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cutting up this eggplant here. It'll be done soon. And actually, you know what? Before I finish cutting this up, I'm going to start the fire here. I'm going to put it a little bit below, a little bit lower than medium heat. Might splatter a little. It's okay. My dog's been coming in and out. Probably once I start laying the cheese. My dog really likes cheese, and so once I put cheese on, or say the word cheese a lot, then he'll come over. Yeah, he really likes cheese. Oh, you're here? Ranger, you want cheese? I'll get it to you in a second. I gotta finish doing this first. Then I'll get you some cheese. Oh, hi. He thinks I'm doing something serious. He doesn't want to bother me. Oh. Hi. Okay, I'll turn this again. And then I'm just going to test. Doesn't look like the oil's quite heated up yet. But what I'm going to do, whoa, I lost an eggplant. It's okay. I'll put this aside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eggplant and then I'm going to put it in the egg that I cracked open. And then I'm going to flip it in the breadcrumbs. All right. And then I'm going to take that and put it in and sear it in the pan. All right. And then after I do that, but actually before I do that, I think this is pretty much done. So what I'm going to do is I'll put kind of a first layer here of tomatoes, marinara sauce. You can kind of see it like this first layer. Oh, also, I live behind a train, not like a subway, but an actual railroad train. So if you hear a really loud horn, just now that's the train. The train's there right now. It comes every half an hour, 20 minutes or so. And the trains some of them are over a mile long. It's actually really amazing. They're freight trains. So, okay. So here's what we'll do. So we'll take the first one and then dip it. Okay. Now we're going to dip it over here. Okay. Now we're going to see if it's ready. It's not quite ready yet. It still needs to heat up a little bit more. So I'm just going to leave it here for a second. Actually, turn this heat up just a little bit. how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing all right. I also have in here, I'll show you. Let's see. I have all the mozzarella cheese over here too. A lot of people call it mozzarella. Mozzarella. Mozzarella is another one I've heard that's really popular. But let's see. Maybe a little bit more for this oil to heat up. Should be almost heated pretty soon. Check my text. Ranger, you want cheese? While the oil's heating up, you want cheese? Want some cheese? Ranger, sit. Oh, good boy. There you go. We'll do Paul later. Yeah, so you can probably once I'm done and everything's in the oven, so I don't have to wash my hands again. All right, let's try it now. Yeah, it's taking a little while for it to heat up. Don't want it to splatter too hard. All right. I think you'll wait a little bit longer. Yeah, sometimes I get impatient and I'm just like, oh, I really want the oil to heat up faster, but it's okay. I can do some little cleanup in the meantime, just to always keep things clean. So you can throw these away. Everyone's been doing okay. I know that it's a really nice day out too. But hi everyone. Let me know if you all have questions also. We're making eggplant parm, but if you have questions about just like the artwork too, so if you have any questions about what to do or how to do anything, this is also a good time. It's technically my office hours, so you're more than welcome to. If you need anything, if you need any help, but let's try it now. So what I'm waiting for the oil to kind of sear a little bit. This is pretty good. Okay. There we go. It's going a little bit more now. You hear the bubbles a little bit. There we go. The oil's much more heated up now. All right. So I'm just going to prepare a couple more in the meantime. Yep, sometimes it takes a while, just like with anything, to get the oil started, but, oh, I saw a message. What oil do you use? I use canola oil, like vegetable canola oil, but it just takes a while sometimes. There we go, it's starting up now. Oh, also, hi, Janice. How are you? How's everything going? All right, so I got a couple going. That's doing a lot better. Okay. So it's heated up. Oh, it's heated up now. Okay. Yeah, there we go. This is so much better. So I'll put in 4 at a time. Now you hear the sizzle, which is really great. And then, yep. I know it's like watching cooking shows online, like on the Food Network or on the TV. They always seem to do everything so quickly. And I always wonder, oh man, like where do they put all the dishes when they're done? It's like, oh man, they never wash a single dish after they're done cooking. It's so unreal. Okay. Cool. So those are prepared. And I'm just going to take a look at this one. Got a little bit more. We're waiting till it turns a nice golden brown, and then we're going to flip it. And then hopefully the other ones, now that the oil's heated up a little bit more, it'll take less time. We can start doing our layering. Ooh, I'm so excited. This is going to taste so good. After we sear the eggplant and do our layering of eggplant, mozzarella cheese, tomato sauce, then we put it into the oven and bake it for 20, 30 minutes. Let's see. Yep, doing very well. Sometimes my mom has a trick. Is this the oil? How's everyone's family doing? Hopefully everyone's doing okay. If everyone's home today. Your families are out working. Hope everyone's staying safe. This one's great. So this is the kind of consistency that we want. Perfect. How's this one? This one's pretty good. There, come in. It's always like hard to turn these. This one's good. And this one's not good. There we go. Cool. So we're gonna let it cook for another minute or so. Then we're gonna put these on and then layer them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A few more rounds of this. Oh, I got a thumbs up. That's cool. Like and subscribe. What you doing? This is what I'm doing. I'm cooking some dinner for the fam for tonight. I guess it'll be like a late lunch, but more early dinner. Then we're gonna have some, I don't know what we'll have for dessert. I don't know if you got anything. I had ice cream one time. I had cookie dough ice cream. But I don't know. What's everyone's favorite kind of ice cream? I like cookie dough a lot. I also like, my family likes chocolate ice cream a lot. So chocolate's very popular. A little bit more. I'm gonna put this down. Give my hands a wash. Oh, you like cookies and cream so nice? Yeah, cookies and cream is really nice. It's like cool because you get the crunchy feeling of the cookies, and then it's also got like a nice taste like Oreo a little bit. I like it. All right, perfect. So this one is ready. So we're gonna start to layer this. So how we're gonna layer is we're gonna kind of do an overlapping pattern. So one's gonna get put on top of the other slightly, right here. My mom's already hungry. Okay. So I'm gonna put this one in. There we go. So that was the sizzling that I was looking for in the beginning. Sometimes it just takes a while to like figure out what the consistency of the oil should be. Not the consistency, the heat of the oil. This is why Miss Allie's not an ELA teacher. Yay. Words. So if I was an ELA teacher, I feel like I would do okay. It's just about practice. You have to practice, you have to learn a lot, read a lot. Every teacher goes through certifications. I had to take, in order to become a teacher, I had to take 12 or 13 exams to become a teacher and 2.5 years of schooling. So it's a lot of work, but it's worth it in the end. And also makes me very qualified too. So I used, if you're curious, I used 2 eggs, and that's all I needed for, or will need for about 3 eggplants. I used both the egg yolk and the egg white all together, and just a scoop full of, like a plate full of breadcrumbs. How are we doing? Flip these. Yep, we can flip them already. They're cooking so much faster. And remember, we're not trying to like cook them all the way through. We're just searing them because we're going to bake them for a while anyways, right? So they'll get that extra time to cook. Oops, this is my kitchen. We got, kind of can't see it right now, but I have like a bunch of spices over there. We have spices all up here too. It's like we have these here, which are kind of spices on magnets along the fridge. So we love our spices. We have a lot of curry spices, turmeric, ginger, cumin, paprika, garlic, powder, even though we put garlic in everything anyways. All right. They're done. I might actually be able to cook 5. So I did make 5 here. Let's see if I can do 5. There we go. That'll definitely be more time efficient over time. Cool. Well, that goes. I'm going to start another round here. Oh, I see another message. Hold on, let me see. How long does it usually take you to do this? What time did we start? We started at 1. So the whole process to put it in the oven should take maybe 30 minutes to 35 minutes. And then to bake it will take 20 minutes or so. So it should be done within an hour, right? Maybe a little bit over an hour, depending on how long they need to bake for. But the actual process doesn't take that long. Like I prepared everything. The only thing that I did before you got here, before I started, was did the tomato sauce. But if you time it right, then you can cook, the tomato sauce can technically cook while we're doing all of this. So I would say from start to finish, it will normally take about an hour. If you do it fast, maybe 45 or 50 minutes, but I'm taking my time. But it's all about just cooking time. Actually, speaking of cooking time. Whoa. Right, and see, I think it takes, the hardest part is just the warming up of the oil, right? And making sure everything warms up and preheats. But you made, yeah, I made the tomato sauce homemade. So that one, it didn't actually take that long. So all you need to do is when you go to the store, you get, you can like cut the tomatoes up and do it yourself, but that takes a long time. But what I like to do is go to the store and buy something called tomato puree. And the puree is the tomatoes cut up and blended already, like kind of like smooth a little bit. And then what you do is you cook the puree and you add your own spices. You add onion first. Well, first you put onion and garlic in the pan. You can put even carrots if you want to chop up some carrots. Then you put the puree in and just let it cook and sit with the spices. That's it. It's pretty easy. But everyone thinks it's very complicated. But once you get the hang of it, it becomes very simple. All right, I think that might actually be done. Yep, they're done. So now, see, compared to the first row that I did, look how much faster these are coming out. These are coming out a lot faster. So I'm already done with the second row, starting the third row. So it's all about the timing of heating up the oil and making sure the timing to cook everything is lined up. Because if you can get the timing of everything right, you can cook this a lot faster. But the ingredients are pretty easy. The ingredients, if you have, let me make sure I answered your question. Yeah, so the ingredients are pretty easy. If you just have the eggplant, breadcrumbs, egg, right? That kind of creates that part there. Then you have the tomato sauce. If you want to do jarred sauce, you can do that too. But if you want the puree, the spices, onion, garlic, and then you just need some cheese, which I have over here. So I have the mozzarella cheese, and it's kind of like, it's already shredded. So that helps a lot. And then if you want to know the spices that I used, I use these spices here. I used oregano. I use basil, all like in these big little spice things, these big containers. Basil, parsley, some black pepper, and some red crushed pepper. So it's pretty very common. The spices are very common. You might already have them at home. And if you don't have them at home, the next time your family makes a grocery trip, if you want to ask them to purchase them. The smaller ones are a lot cheaper. But if you want to get the bigger ones, they're like $3 to $4 each. Look at that, I already need to turn them. So much faster than last time. So actually what I had to do is I was running out of breadcrumbs in my plate. So that's why I kept the breadcrumb container right here. So that way I can just refill the breadcrumbs. There's also a bit of a lag. So if you ask a question in the comment, it might be a few minutes before I answer it. But I do hear your question and I'm answering it super fast. Okay, let me just get the last one here. right, so these are ready to go. Let me see. Oh, question. Yeah, I have all those at home. Yeah, that's perfect. So you can definitely make this. Yep, this is ready to go. If you make this, you should take a picture and send it on Google Classroom or send it on Jupyter. That'd be so cool. Okay, so this one actually I'm just gonna kind of put here temporarily. Let me see if I can just kind of squeeze it in there. Okay, perfect. So I finished the third row already. So now I'm just going to put in and start cooking the other row. And while that's cooking, right, it's about timing. So while this is cooking, then I'm gonna start the next layer, which is adding the tomato sauce and the cheese. And then when I'm done with that, these should be able to flip. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some cheese onto this. Right on top. I have a lot of cheese, so it'll work out. That'll probably use this whole thing, but if you don't want to use this much cheese, you don't have to. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put another round of tomato sauce. This whole time, the heat has actually been on for the tomato sauce. So what I've just been putting on really low heat to keep it warm. Okay. Let's see. All right. So question, Miss Ellie, do you know tomatoes are fruits? Yeah, did I call them a vegetable earlier? I did know they were fruits, but I might have called them a vegetable, and my bad on that. But isn't that so weird to think about? We always think about and see it in the produce section near all the other vegetables, but they are a fruit. Do you know why they are fruits? I think I know the answer to this. I could be wrong. Let's see. All right, let's start the next round. What? What? Oh, if you want. I think, well, right now I just did the first layer. Yeah. Yeah, that is all good. That is all good. Thanks. My mom pulled me out. She was just like, do you want to make more? I was like, let's finish this first and see how it goes. Let's do this one. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Okay. All right, so we're ready for the next round. I think we're pretty much done with this one. Yes. Oh man, I might have kept this in too long, to be honest. Okay. All right. The first row is done. Here we go. Now we're going to do the second row again. Yeah, so this is taking a little longer than it normally would. I told you it should take around between 30 to 35 minutes. And I think it just took a little longer because I had the oil a little too low. So I just make sure if you're making this, you turn up the oil a little bit higher. But if you're in no rush, then it's totally fine. I'm in no rush. The office hours are technically from 1 to 2. So as long as I can get this into the oven by 2 p.m., we're solid. I have another 30 minutes, so it should be fine. Okay. I think I saw another question. They are fruits because they have seeds, unlike veggies. Yes, 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 yes. That is really cool. Okay. I think I'm actually going to add another egg. I could get away with 2 eggs, but just to make things a little easier, I think I'm gonna add a 3rd one. Okay. Just wash my hands here. Anytime you get egg on yourself, just make sure to wash your hands. Okay. Break the yolk, stir it up. There we go. It's a lot easier to manage. Cool. Because what was happening when I had just one, there you go, just one little bit of egg left, it was kind of clumping up. Didn't really want it to clump up too much. So everyone cooking? Okay. There you go. So let's just switch this really quickly. You're back. Okay. Cool. My hair's gotten lighter. I think so. Because I haven't, since being in quarantine, or like the self-quarantine, I have been using shampoo that's like friendly for, what is it called? It's like shampoo when you dye your hair, and then it doesn't hurt the hair dye, kind of. It doesn't hurt the bleached hair. Color treated hair? Yeah. Color treated shampoo, that's what it is. All right. We're gonna put one more, and then I will take the others out. So it's kind of just a repeated motion of, once you get things going, like once you kind of get the motions right and you understand what to do with this, it's like, okay, we'll take this round, take it out, put it in. You do it just a bunch of times. But it'll taste really good, especially once we bake it. Ooh, I know. Cool. 2nd row is done. Now I'm gonna put in the 3rd row. Off. Okay. Here we go. Cool. All right, so that's cooking. It does get a little messy with the breadcrumbs. So what I would do is just make sure you have a clear area. Sometimes you get a little clumps on your fork. You can just kind of wipe the fork off if you're using a fork. And then you go like this. Wow. Oh, I saw, let's see. I saw a lot of messages just now, so I'm gonna go over and check it. Let me just put this in real quick. We're almost done. This is great. Let me get 5 here. me see what they're all saying. Do you prefer making pastries rather than food? No, I think I prefer food. My younger sister was the thing. My younger sister, she's in college right now. She actually really likes making pastries and baked goods. So my family jokes about how I make the dinner and she makes the dessert. All right, perfect. Cool. Did I actually ever flip that? I might have flipped it already. I can't remember. I'm just gonna leave it in for a minute, but then I'll just put it inside. It'll be fine. It's just like being with me in class again. Did I do that already? I don't remember. We'll just do it again. It's fine. And then after that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have maybe 3 more rounds. No, let's do 4 more. This will be fine. Let's do 4 more rounds, and then that'll be good. Yes, okay. So I'll take these out now. And that will actually be perfect because that means that I have 3 rows here per layer. So if we're doing 4 rounds left, I have enough for 3 more rows, and then just the top layer kind of sprinkled about. So it'll be fine. Actually, no. We'll figure it out. I actually have 5 more rounds. This is my mom was like, do you want to make more? Do you want me to use another pan and make more? Yeah. Okay. Then you could put that first one in. So yeah, that's what I'll start doing. So I'll put the first one, I'll do this layer, complete it, and then I'll put it in the oven, and we'll just make more. Yay! More food is not a bad thing. Okay, I'll get it in a sec. Okay. So I'll start putting this in the oven then. So I guess that kind of works out, right? So it was a little bit longer than 30 minutes. It was around 45 minutes, which I mean, honestly, is still not that bad for cooking a whole meal. This meal could last, this lasts my family a few days, of leftovers. So it's totally fine. Still not that much prep. It's fun to layer it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is top it off just with a little bit of cheese sprinkled over. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put this in. I'm gonna put this in for about 35 minutes. And I'll put some aluminum foil over it. Cover it. I'll put it in for 35 minutes to start. I'll click it on the bottom row. Watch your fingers. Timer on. There we go. Cool. So 35 minutes. Perfect. That one's in. I'm going to make one more. Oh, I'm going to flip that first. Complete. I'm going to get another pan. This pan? Yeah, that's fine. Whoops. Yeah, okay, cool. Put it here. Part of the reason my mom and I talked about this. Part of the reason why I'm not putting oil or butter down in the pan first is because we're searing the eggplant in oil, and so that kind of gives that initial layer to grease the pan. But also I have a bunch of tomato sauce here too, which helps. So I'm just gonna add some more tomato sauce in the bottom. Just a little bit. There you go. Then get my fancy tongs here, and then just start layering it again. Overlapping it. Make sure you're not putting it next to each other. Make sure you're overlapping it. Like you're not putting it just next to each other side by side. And actually, this pan is very perfect for having 5 in a row, 5 little ones. So this is great. Okay. Gonna make this real quick. What I like to do is I like to put all of them at once into the egg and then in the breadcrumbs, so that way they all get cooked at the same time, right? Because if you're doing kind of like this and then this, with putting the eggplant in, then you have to memorize and think about, okay, well, this one I put in for an extra 30 seconds, so I should flip it 30 seconds later, or I need to have an extra minute on this one. You just do this little prep. It saves a bunch of headache. It's all about the timing with cooking. Does anyone like to cook with their family a lot? I know some of you sent me some cooking pictures, which was really fun. Okay, let's put it in now. Here we go. I have enough. I can. Yeah, I'll put one more. It's okay. Okay. See, yeah. So this one I'll have to watch a little bit, watch a little closer, just to make sure that one's being cooked on time. I'm gonna bring all these to the center. This breadcrumb here. I'm just using a plate to put my breadcrumbs on. Into my hands. It's a lot of rinsing your hands too when you're cooking. So I learn something every time. Nice. It's cool watching the cooking shows and then cooking at home with family. You always learn little tricks and tips, which is cool. Let's see. Actually, start putting in this next round. Okay, I'm gonna flip this now. There you go. And this is the one that I'm waiting on, so I'm just gonna give it just another 30 seconds before I flip that one. Don't let me forget. And then let's see. One more egg. Why not? Okay, there's me do a little squat. That's okay. I was going to get the other soap from the other room. And then I remembered we had a soap here. Okay. Let's flip that one. Let's take these out. So you see this oil is kind of going on its last legs now. We've been using it so much. It's definitely starting to blacken a little bit, like die down. But it's okay, because we are almost done. Let's use these bigger ones here. Very good. All right. Okay, so that one's gonna come out. Perfect. And then we are gonna start our next and final row of the first layer. Just think about it. We're making almost a week's worth of dinners, right, at this point, right? 1 hour making 7 meals, if not more. It's pretty good. You can hear my phone, it's going off. Oh my gosh. All right, the phone never beeps. Don't get any messages anytime. Oh. Don't get messages anytime when I really want them to. But then all of a sudden, when I'm very busy or I'm live streaming with my students, it kind of just pops off. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Got 5 ready to go. Those are ready for flipping. Are they actually? Yep, they're ready for flipping. Cool. And these are really small, right? So they're flipping. They're a lot thinner. They're a lot smaller. We're getting to the very ends of the eggplant. So these are cooking a lot faster. Yeah. They'd be like, yeah, famous. Like, why? Why now all of a sudden? All right. This is my cup. So we try to, like, since we've been home, we try to use the same cup throughout the day to drink water. So this is my little water cup that I have for myself. It's very, very cute, very little. It's really important you drink water throughout the day. You don't realize it, but if you get little headaches sometimes, or if you're feeling a little bit tired more than usual, but you haven't even been moving around, you might be dehydrated. It's actually kind of scary sometimes. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the next round, and then while that's cooking, I'm going to put the cheese and the next layer of tomato sauce. And just like that, we're really almost done. This is so cool. Thanks for sticking it out and sharing this time with me while I cook, everyone. This is awesome. Yeah. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, I was doing the mozzarella cheese. And always make sure after you're done, what I like to do is while it's baking, is that's when I clean up and wash my dishes, because then once it's done, you get to eat and relax and not worry about having to do chores after, right? So it's like, okay, well, I have to wait these 30 minutes anyways for this to cook, so might as well clean up in the meantime, which is what I like to do, just to pass the time. And then I can eat and watch my show. Because I'm like, oh, I don't know about all of you, but I really like to eat and watch a TV show. Has anyone been watching any good TV shows lately? All right. I'll try to cover this as much as I can. Okay, perfect. Let's flip this. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I do that. Yeah. Thank you. The cup is really cute. And yeah, I definitely do that also. It's like, here, let me fix this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we just flipped that. Let's get those going. These last ones. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last 7. We can do them all at once because they're really small. Yay, this is the last round. It's the final countdown. And then after this live stream is over, I will check all my texts. No, I will eat. No, I will do my dishes, or someone do the dishes. Then I'm going to reward myself by checking my texts. Come on, egg. Last this till the very end. Same with you, breadcrumbs. Don't let me waste anything. Whoa. This is like a feeling of satisfaction, right? It's satisfying when you're like, you see this whole pile of eggplant, or you see this whole pile of things that you have to do. And then when you finally can like see the end of the tunnel, when you see the very last little pieces, you're like, oh, yay. Okay. Last bit here. Come on. Yay. Okay. Oh, there's the train again. Yeah, so it was even less than 30 minutes. But okay. That one was maybe 15 minutes. Okay, last round going in. This is so exciting. And good because this oil is about to run out. Okay. And then once we do this, I'm going to wash my hands, call my doggy over so you can meet my dog. Again, I'll bring him to the center. Yeah. So I'll let this cook. In the meantime, I'll actually even just start cleaning up while this cooks. No. All right. So try to get most of it out into the trash before you put it to soak in the sink. Put it to soak now. I'm also going to put this to soak too. Put this. You're warm. I know it is. Yeah, good. just a little bit. I'm just gonna get some soap, wipe this down. And then once it goes in the oven, I will call the dog over. Oh, it's 2:02, so I'm 2 minutes late. Oh no. Okay. You guys, if y'all don't mind just staying an extra 5 minutes over the live stream. Okay. So what I'm going to do is turn this off. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to get that. Put it in here as the final little pieces. Perfect. Cool. All right. So now I'm going to do is get the last. I'm going to throw this out. Not throw it out. Put it in the sink. I'm going to get this last tomato sauce. Layer it up here. Check actually, see if there's any comments. Yes, on Netflix, IDK, what type of genres you like, but I like K-dramas. You should watch High But. Yes, I like watching K-dramas too. I also like K-dramas. Was really into a good K-drama, but it's not on Netflix. It used to be, but I don't know if it is anymore. There's the American version of Full House, but then there's a K-drama called Full House, and it actually is not the same story plot at all. It's very, very different. Smear that around. It's like a love story, this K-drama. Okay. Now I'm just going to put the last of the cheese here. Perfect. So we perfectly used all of our ingredients. We did not let anything go to waste. Put everything in the sink to wash. Now the last thing is I'm going to put this in. I remember I put it in for 35 minutes. So what I'm going to do is just put this on top. Right here. Oh, just kidding. I have to cover it with aluminum foil before I put it in. Here we go. Now let's put it in. There we go. And I'll wait till the 16 minutes run out, and then I'll add an extra a little bit on top. Yeah, Full House is really good. You should look it up. It's, I think, maybe the first K-drama I ever watched. Very, very cool. All right, so in the last few minutes, I'm going to call over my dog. Let's see. Ranger. Ranger, come here. Come here. Come here. You want some cheese? Come, Ranger.